Well, that works. Let's see if it's up on YouTube. This is still unlisted though, so. Yeah, that works. Now, if you lot can all say something, we'll see if it actually picks it up.
Hello, my name is Aaron and I really like motorsport.
That causes a giant noob. Sunflowers.
Oh. Aaron Taylor has a rather large forehead.
Aaron Taylor has a very large forehead.
Because I can't ride horses.
Right, that's all of us. And then obviously yourself, Will.
I think I started it, and I was talking. Should be good. Right, where can I use this? Server URL? Is that the fucking thing? I don't give a shit.
Aaron Taylor has a rather large forehead.
Aaron Taylor has a very large forehead.
Yeah, I can hear you all.
Is there any of us quieter than the others or louder than the others?
You're a bit quieter, Aaron, so if you can turn yours up.
Okay, yeah, mine's up to max now.
Decent. Well, I'll stop this one then, and then we should be able to go live, I think.
Cool. Is anybody else seeing this, boys?
Yeah, it's up.
Is it? I can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool. Right, so we'll just let everybody join us. But whilst we're waiting, everyone like it, just so it looks better. Okay, we'll start in about a minute's time. Evening, boys. Everyone's saying hello in the stream chat.
Yeah, we've got a few guys in here now already.
Everybody's starting. Nice. Well, considering we've got like 40 odd drivers, we should have at least like 25 or 30 of them watching, hopefully. I haven't seen Ravers or Goy pop up yet, which concerns me. There's Ravers. Right, there we go.
Rivers is here.
Okay, right, well, we might as well crack on. So, right, boys, evening. Welcome to one of the most highly anticipated videos of every single season. The wheel isn't going to be used that much tonight, purely on the basis that you have the selection of teammates for yourself for this upcoming season. First of all, just really, really quickly on Season 7 was an amazing season, probably the best one we've ever had. And so hopefully we can continue that trend into the new season. And hopefully you guys liked the fact that you got to pick your own teammates. We will very, very quickly go over the changes, first of all. And then we're going to start off with Division 2 for their cars. And then Division 1. And then we're going to talk about the teams as we go through. So the team orders will be picked in the order which you sent in your teammates to us. So it makes it the fairest way possible. So, first of all, not too much in the way of changes, but the point system is ever so slightly changed for next season. Only 2 positions, so first place will not get 25 points anymore, they will only get 20. And second place will get 17 as opposed to 18. Everything else will still be the same, so it's going to be 20, 17, 15, and then 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. There is going to be an extra point awarded for whoever gets pole position. So that's something else to aim towards next season. And in terms of footage, we will be changing the rules ever so slightly for the stewards' reports. So if we request footage from another driver, they'll get 24 hours to send that in. Otherwise, we'll go on what we see. In terms of when the season starts, purely on the basis that this season ended quite late into the year, we've only technically got next week, then you've got Christmas and then New Year the week after. And because we race on Mondays and Tuesdays, it would fall on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So our season will start on Monday the 7th of January. So that gives everyone just under a month. I know it's a bit of a time away, but I would much rather start it and be able to go all the way through than starting next week and then having to wait. So, right. First things first, we are joined by most of the admins. The only person that isn't here tonight is Marcus or Chicken Guy, and then obviously Dan. So it is myself, Panda, who's doing the stream. So if there's anything wrong, please blame him.
Please don't.
Yeah, Hammer Time, Blue Flag, and then we've got Pagani and Joe as well. So the 6 of us will be in here. And we are ready to rock and roll. So quite simply, we will read out a team with the number 1 driver. Then we will spin the wheel. That'll be their car for the upcoming season. It'll be in order from when you sent your teammate choices in to me, the fairest way to do it. So most importantly, I suppose, for Division 2, the first team is Agent Panda, who's the number 1 driver, and Goy Carp. So let's spin the wheel and see what we get.
Red Bull.
They're starting off in the Red Bull.
Ooh.
Okay. So Agent Panda and Goy Carp in the Red Bull. What a team that was going to be. Pagani, I know you're quite fond of this team. Do you think they're going to be happy with their choice?
I think Goy wanted the Mercedes just so like the Mercedes could be out front in real life and in the game, but obviously it can't be that way. So he's going to have to try and bring Red Bull to the front of the grid again, which it's going to be difficult.
Well, you know,
best
anyone
of
can.
luck to them both. Exactly. Anyone can, Goy can. Right, the second pairing is Rich T Gaming, who's the number 1 driver, and his teammate, the Preheated Oven. So let's spin the wheel and see where we end up.
Williams.
The Williams, okay. If I'm not mistaken, Preheated Oven had that last season, and I think he's going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, we seem to go quite well in that.
Yeah. So Simon, you've raced against both of these. How do you reckon they're going to pair up as a team?
Preheated oven showed in France that if on his day he could mix it in at the front of the midfield, maybe push towards the podium, then he could feature in that midfield as well. So yeah, could be a decent pair in that one.
Nice. Okay. So they have. I better write these teams down actually as we go, just to be saving myself.
Kind of pointless doing all this otherwise.
Yeah. Right. The next one is CJ Payne, who's the #1 driver, and somebody I'm expecting to have a very, very good season, and his teammate City Posh Blue.
Let's go.
City Posh just transferring to the wheel.
The Sauber.
They're in the Sauber. Okay. I can't tell. Do you want to comment on those two? Obviously in your division.
Yeah. CJ, I think he's going to have a very good season this year. I think he's definitely going to be pushing for promotion. I think City Posh, I think a lot of the guys will be pushing this year, but I think they'll be happy with their Sauber.
Okay, well, City Posh is obviously one of the reigning constructors champions, as he went up with, as he won it with Cress this season. So can he make it 2 in a row? I think he's got a teammate that may well enable him to do that.
Very, very good chance.
Well,
Exactly.
CJ just said it was his favourite car, the Sauber, so he got lucky there.
Well, there we go. So next team up are the two admins, Blue Flag and Pagani. Blue Flag, the #1 driver. So before you spin, but well, what are you hoping for, boys?
I'm happy Sauber's
The
gone.
cars that are left, I'm not bothered.
Okay, away you go.
Here we go then. Oh, you'll be happy with this, Pagani. Got the banana.
It's fate. It really is.
So there we go. Those two in the Renault. So, boys, are you looking forward to teaming up next season? Obviously, Pagani coming down. Simon, you know, how you boys looking forward to it?
I think Simon's got the worst end of the stick getting me, but you know. I mean,
Well, Pagani needs a fire lit up under his backside to get his motivation back going, so I'm hoping to do that.
Nice. Well, best of luck to you both.
It's a strong team. It's a strong team.
It is a strong team. One of only a couple of teams that are remaining the same for next season is Steph and Willie Tick. Steph, the #1 driver. So they are next up, Will, if you'll do the honours.
Okay. Gone with the Honda-powered Toro Rosso.
Okay. Steph and Willie Ticks in the Toro Rosso. Okay. That should be a pretty good team. Joe, you've commentated on some of this season with us. How do you reckon them two are going to get on?
Yeah, I think it's a decent team, that. Wiltix had a decent qualifying in the last race in France. I think Steph's pretty quick as well, so yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck to them both. Right, next up is Bendel and Hammer Time. Well, the admin Hammer Time, tell. It's you, Bendel's #1 driver. You're hoping for the Haas, aren't you, for the third season running?
It's still here. Let's go then.
It's going to be picked. It's going to be picked.
If it is, I'm going to laugh.
It is the Haas.
It is?
You're joking.
No, it is the Haas.
Oh,
That's amazing.
that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
That is
I
funny.
promise you it's random. I don't...
Okay, right, well,
Bend will be happy with that.
yeah.
We've got 30 drivers in the stream now, so it's a good turnout from all of you lot.
Yeah, right, well, yeah, it's been a good turnout so far. So we have a couple of returning drivers next up. We've got Michael C, and who's #1 driver, and Ftrl Daddy, who's going to be coming back. So what will they end up with? Must note that Mercedes and Ferrari are both still available.
Force India.
The Force India, right. Okay. Well, that should be quite a close little battle between those two. Obviously, Michael C was one of the first ever drivers who had an FTRL, so it's nice to see him come back. Next up is probably going to be the most comedic team in Division 2 next season, is Mac Cause and Hammer Time 95, one of our new drivers. So let's see what they end up with. If they get a Mercedes, Matt Cause is going to go mad in the chat. I can already see it.
They've got
It's already been good value for the 24 hours they've been together.
Yeah,
they've got three good cars here, to be fair, left. Let's have a look. It's the Ferrari.
it's a Ferrari. Okay. Well, one of the big hitters gone. So Matt Cause obviously just missing out on promotion after one of the best battles I've ever seen. And and Hammer Time obviously coming in, fitting in well. I imagine those two are going to be pretty funny this season, so good luck to them both. So 2 cars left, Mercedes and McLaren, and then we've got the next team up is Ollie P and Spurge, 2 of the drivers coming down from Div 1. Ollie P, number 1 driver.
It's the Merc.
It's the Merc. Okay. I imagine that. I mean, I'm hoping Spurs will finish a race in the points this season, or not DNF. So we can only hope. And then the final team, by process of elimination, will be Paul James and Metzer, who's, well, Paul James is a returning driver and Metzer is a brand new driver. So they will be in the McLaren for the season. Okay, so boys, just a quick recap then. We've got Agent Panda and Goy Carp in the Red Bull. We've got Rich T Gaming and Preheated Oven in the Williams. CJ and City Posh in the Sauber. Blue Flag and Pagani in the Renault. Steph and Willy Tix in the Toro Rosso. Bendel and Tezza in the Haas. Michael C and FTRL Daddy in the Force India. Matt Cause and Hammer Time 95 in the Ferrari. And Ollie P and Spurge in the Mercedes. And then Paul James and Metzer in the McLaren as the final team. Boys, I'm going to come to you. 2 questions for all of you. Who do you think is going to win the Constructors? Is a very, very early call. And what do you think about the some of the teams that we've got lined up? Just a couple of words from each of you. I'll come to you first, Si, as one of the Div 2 admins.
Okay. Constructors as an early call, I would be tempted to say Matt Cause and Hammer Time. Matt Cause, of course, just missed out on promotion last season, so he'll be gunning for it this season. And I know that racing Hammer Time in another league, he on his day could beat anyone. So I think that could be a strong pairing.
Nice. Okay. Right, Tell, as the other Div 2 admin, I'm going to come to you. What do you reckon?
I am swaying to CJ and City Posh for the Constructors. I think they're a strong pairing together. I think that they're going to get that Sauber round. I think they're going to be near it. But I think the team to watch will be Pagani and Si.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I agree with that. I think Pagani and Simon could do it. So that's my call. Pagani, what are you saying, mate? Do you reckon you can do it, or are you looking at another team?
Well, I think if Si wins all the races, we'll have him with a good shout.
Not going to happen.
Personally, I think CJ is just going to be up there every single race. I mean, he did 2 races and got podiums in both of them, or did 3 races and podiums in 3. He was there or thereabouts in every race. It was ominous form coming into the season, so we shall see.
Exactly right. Joe, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, no, I agree with Pagani and Simon. CJ, I said towards the end of last season, I think he's going to be a challenger for the championship next season. So, yeah, I think him and City Posh are going to be right up there for the Constructors. But again, I think Pagani underestimates himself. I think him and Simon will be a good team next season.
Cool. And Will, finally coming to you. What do you reckon, mate?
I'm going to go with Pagani and Simon. I think they're the two of the most experienced drivers out there, and both pretty consistent, so I think they're going to do well this season.
I'm consistently in the wall.
No, you'll practice
think
this year. I believe in you.
You're going to find a new lease of life, mate.
I'm going to make him practice.
Yeah. Okay, right. Let's move on to Division 1 then, boys. We have got some unbelievable lineups for Div 1. In my opinion, this is the strongest Division 1 we've ever had in FTRL. And if you was to even ask me who I think is going to even be a candidate to go down this year, I won't be able to answer you.
Rivers.
So, obviously other than Ravers, yeah. But right, let's spin the wheel. The first team up is myself and Will, aka FTRL Panda. So let's see what we get, Will. Let's get the Williams and get it over and done with.
Yeah, there we go.
If you get the Toro Rosso, it's not legal.
I'll take that. We're in the banana.
Oh, nice.
The banana's just an
I'm
admin car.
happy with that.
It's an admin car this year.
Yeah.
It is an admin car.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I will take that every single day of the week.
I am happy.
Okay. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. Right, next up, we have got my former teammate, Joe Burns, who's in here. And for some unknown reason, he's picked Ravers to be his teammate. Joe's #1 driver.
Sympathy.
Obviously.
Yeah,
He's picked the weakest driver in Division 1, it's fair to say, Joe. He's
just to make yourself look better, Joe.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's just there to hold my cup in the garage, that's all.
Oh. Right, Joe, let's see what car you end up with, mate. Let's go.
Spin.
Anything but the Williams, please.
Williams.
Please get the Williams. No, Force India. Ravers does not want the Force India.
Joe, you're in the Ferrari again, mate.
Oh, I'll take that. That's decent.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Ravers said he didn't want the Ferrari, so
Yeah,
that makes me quite happy. Yeah. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Right. The third team is the Division 2 champion and our fellow admin. So we have got Cress and Chicken Guy. Cress, #1 driver. So let's see what those guys end up with.
They're in the Red Bull.
You're in a Red Bull. Okay. Well, coming in and taking one of the top cars. See how they feel about that. I'm going to ask you, Will. Obviously, you commentated on Div 2 with me most of the season. How do you reckon them boys are going to get on? Especially as teammates. Do you reckon that's going to influence it at all?
Obviously, they're real life friends. Both do a bit of karting, so I presume they could work well as a team. They did a bit of interesting formation driving in performance last year, which was controversial, but
yeah,
hopefully we won't see any of that this year. But I think Cress, he's got a lot of pace about him. He's a great racer. I think he can score points consistently, and as long as Marcus can keep up his tyre management that's got him up here in the first place, I think he'll be able to score points as well.
Nice. Very, very well put, mate.
Thank you.
Okay, so they're in the Red Bull. The next team is Onyx and AZR Reb, who's only raced once in FTRL so far, but these two are very, very good pals by the sounds of things, and they will be quite an interesting team. So let's see what they end up with.
Mercedes.
Okay. So that's the reigning Division 1 constructors and drivers champion car.
It is indeed.
And Joe, obviously I know we've not seen much of them. But how do you reckon those boys are going to get on this season?
Yeah, I think Onyx is pretty quick. Like I said, I've not seen much of Reb, so it'd be interesting to see how he does. But yeah, I think Onyx is very quick. Do quite well.
Yeah, Onyx #1 driver for that team as well. By the way, just need to point that out. Okay, moving on. We have two Dutchies together. Well, the first of two Dutch pairings that we've got, one after the other. The first one is Plexit and his teammate Tim12, who crucially got promotion on the final race of the season.
Yeah.
And let's see what car they end up with. Plexit's obviously putting a good championship fight as well.
I know he wanted the Ferrari, that's gone. He now wants the McLaren, so let's see what he gets. Toro Rosso.
Toro Rosso. I'm very, very jealous, I must say.
Your spiritual car.
Yep. Coming to you, Tel. Plexits and Tim 12. Is that going to be a good team next season?
Yeah, I think that will be a good team next season. I think Plexits is going to push and hopefully get that championship that he wants.
Yeah, I think he could be in with a good chance this season. He just needs to start the season as well as he ended it. So, best of luck to them both. And Tim 12, obviously, very, very quick. We've seen that, but he does have a bottle in him.
Goes to flashes of pace.
Yeah.
He didn't bottle it when it matters.
To do that in Div 1.
He didn't bottle it when it matters.
That's a good point. But he can't afford to bottle it in Div 1. So we'll have to wait and see. So, right, moving on to probably what would be the early favourites for the constructors, and that is Dutch, the reigning FTRL champion, and Tico.
Let's have a look.
Very, very strong team.
They're in the McLaren.
They're in the McLaren. Okay. So the Dutchies in the orange car. All seems quite fitting already, doesn't it?
It does.
Yep.
Right. Simon, you've obviously commentated on these two all season. Talk to me about these two, mate.
So you've got Dutch Tricks, reigning champion. Div 1's Mr. Consistency last season. Tico, who started the season very strongly. I think he won, was it 4 of the first 6 races?
Yeah.
Didn't have a very good second half to the season, so he'll be looking to raise his game and take out some of... So he had a bit of luck, but there were some mistakes in there too. So if he can take the mistakes out, that seems ridiculous.
Yep. I completely agree. Right, next up we have 2 Finnish drivers. We have got Oxox and Katamies, 2 of the longest serving members in FTRL. 2 Finnish drivers. They're pairing up. Let's see what they get.
The Sauber.
They've got the Sauber.
I think Ox wanted that. He was in the Williams last year, so he definitely didn't want that one.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so Pagani, you know Oxox Katamies very, very well. How do you reckon that's going to go?
I've probably raced these two probably the most out of the league. I've raced them for a very long time. I'm hoping to see Cat get the pace he was threatening to show before his PlayStation died last season. And Ox, he's always going to be up there, top 5, even in a bad race. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. So it depends, because Oxox he's obviously a former champion. Katamies has got a lot of pace as well when he wants to have it. So I imagine they could be a very, very good team. So, right, the third to last team is Remco and Super Gilles, 2 more Dutch drivers pairing up. Starting to see a theme here. Remco, number 1 driver.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
They've maybe got the best out of the remaining bunch. They've got the Force India.
Force India. Okay, so what's the 2 final teams? Haas and Williams. Oh, God. I almost said let's reverse the order for Div 1 and go from bottom to top, and I'm so glad I didn't.
I would have quit the league.
Yeah. Right, Remco, Super Gilles pills. I would say we haven't really seen the true pace of Super Gilles yet, because I do think, he had a few good qualifying sessions, but I just don't think he had the best of luck in the race. Remco, on his day, can be quick. He got a pole in Div 1 last season, and he put himself on a podium as well a couple of times, I believe. So he's certainly one to watch out for. Yeah, he really did. Right, the second to last team we have got, and this is, in my opinion, one of the strongest teams. So we've got a new driver who is called T1000 Zach, and we've got the returning Praga. So this is a ridiculously good team, in my opinion. Let's see what they get.
Well, Praga does not want the Williams. I'm hoping for you, mate, but it's 50-50 now. Oh, I feel really sorry. It's the Williams. I'm sorry.
It's the Williams. Okay. So those boys getting the Williams. I mean, it weren't far away from being the Haas, but that leaves the final team of Co-Andy and Brown the Man Glover getting the Haas car. So that rounds off Division 1. I'll just recap those again. So we've got myself and Panda in the Renault, Joe and Ravers in the Ferrari, Cress and Chicken Guy in the Red Bull, Onyx and Reb in the Mercedes, Plexits and Tim 12 in the Toro Rosso, Dutch and Tico in the McLaren, Ox Catamise in the Sauber, Remco and Super Gilles in the Force India, Zach and Praga in the Williams, and Andy and Bran in the Haas car. So, right, first of all, let's just quickly go over those, and then we will put an end to the stream. So, Joe, teaming up with Ravers, obviously you've not finished outside the points in FTL yet in any race. Well, across obviously Div 1. In Div 1, you've not finished outside the points yet. And you're teaming up with Ravers. What's your thoughts on next season, mate?
I think it should be a good one. Obviously, it's going to be a lot closer next season. I don't think I'll be getting in the points every season, every race like I had been. But you know that's going to be the aim. So I think me and Ravers will do all right as a team. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Simon, coming to you, mate. What do you think about some of those lineups, and who would you put your money on for constructors?
Well, if you were going for my money on constructors at this point, I don't think you can take your eyes off of that all-orange pair of Dutch Tricks and Tico. However, there are some... That Div 1 this season is a joke. So anything can happen in that division. But if I was putting my money on anything, the orange car.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. So I don't think Zach and Praga are very happy with their cars.
Not by the reaction.
Yeah, I've just been reading that. But like I said, it is random choice though. Like there's no, you can quite clearly see that we don't rig it. It purely is just spin the wheel, see what you end up with. Tel, what you thinking, mate?
I completely agree with Si. I don't think you can look past that McLaren, but last season was close, but I think this season's even more so, or the season coming up is even closer. There's 4 or 5 cars there that could quite easily take it. It's going to be one little slip up, I think, that's going to cost it.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Right, Pagani, obviously previously in Div 1, probably glad to be out of Div 1 now with some of these drivers. What are you thinking, mate? Have you got any contradiction to what they've said?
For a sideways pick for both constructors and the driver's title, I'm going to go out on a limb and do this. For constructors, I'm going to go team admin in the banana.
Nice. Good choice, mate. Good choice.
I'm fully behind that.
Brown nose.
And drivers, I'm going to put a little bet on Remco.
On Remco? Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting indeed.
It's out there, but like his consistent pace is very close to top 4 pace every race. So if someone slips up, he's going to be there to take that place no matter what. So I'm pushing the board up.
Right. Will, what do you think, mate? How happy are you about the Renault and everything else?
I'm ecstatic about the banana. I think it's the best looking car this year, apart from like maybe the McLaren. So I'm really happy with that. In terms of constructors, it's got to be Dutch and Tico for me. I mean, we're going to try, Aaron, but I think they might have it this year.
I can't believe how negative you're being.
Realistic, some would say.
No, not realistic. I'm going for the constructors, mate. So whether I've got to drag you along with me, then I will. But
please do.
Right. Okay, so lads, that has concluded all of the teams. We're just going to go for one final thing. We're going to put all of the admins on the spot now. Other than that, that is everything all done and dusted. But I think you'll probably want to hear this now. So each and every one of you, I'm going to ask for a Div 1 and a Div 2 champion early call. Simon, I'm coming to you first, mate.
Oh, I hate you. Right, Div 1, Drivers Champion, Plexits.
Okay.
Div 2, Drivers Champion, CJ Payne.
Okay, Tell.
I'm going to go with Tico for Div 1 champion. And I'm going to go with... Oh, it's so difficult. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Steph as Div 2 champion.
Okay. Right, Pagani, I know you said Remco already. Who's going to win Div 2?
Can I just say about Div 1? I think that Joe is bringing Noob to work there with Ravers. That's just...
You guys need to stop having a go at my teammate.
Hey, you said he was just holding your drink earlier.
Yeah, but I can say that. He's my teammate.
But
Well,
for Div 2, I think there's going to be a tie on points between Agent Panda and Goy Carp, and on countback, it's going to go to Agent Panda.
Is that a tie towards the bottom of the table or the
yeah,
top?
I was waiting for that. Right, Joe. Div 1, Div 2.
Yeah, Div 2, I think CJ Payne, I've said that quite a few times. Div 1, I'm going to go with Dutch again. I think he'll hold on to it.
Oh, well, nobody has ever won back-to-back championships in FTRL, ever. So,
I think
well,
the man to do it.
yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. Other than obviously when we had one division right at the start, but since we've gone to 2 divisions, that's never happened. Will?
Div 1, Plexits. Div 2, CJ.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to go with Zach to win Div 1. I've seen how quick he is, and I honestly think he's going to do it.
Well, you've seen him from a long way behind him, let's be honest.
Exactly. Trust me, he's fast. I think he's going to win Div 1 this season, and I also think it's going to be very, very close between CJ and Pagani. I really do. I know Pagani, you're going to go, oh no, not me, I end up in a wall, but you will. I guarantee you. You find your motivation, and I bet you end up having a good season. So I'm going to go with Zach for Div 1, and I'm going to go with either CJ or Pagani for Div 2.
If Pagani does win the title, I'm taking credit.
You can't take any credit, Simon.
I can.
And he will.
Right.
I'm going to be the one forcing him to practice.
If I win the Div 2 title, somebody in this admin chat has got to do a forfeit.
Yeah, I'll do it. No problem. Anything you wish. If you win Div 2 next season, I will do anything you wish.
Good. If that's not motivation, I don't know what is.
No, and I've said that publicly now for everyone to hear.
What a mistake.
Right. Well, anyway, boys, as normal, thank you very much for your contribution and everything that you boys do behind the scenes. It's going to be an absolute roller coaster next season. I'm really looking forward to it. There is going to be a video for both divisions being released in the next couple of days, which will have a proper driver reveal and have that all down, just something extra for you boys to have a look at. And yeah, thank you all very much. Any final words from any of you boys, or are we all good to wrap this up?
Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Massive noob.
Yeah, massive noob.
And if we don't speak to any of them before, have a very good Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.
Oh, you're sweet, yeah.
I'll try.
You try. Right. So anyway, thank you all very much. Thank you, Will, for doing the wheel. That's a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it?
That sound right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, boys, and let us know your reactions in the Discord. I'm sure you're about to absolutely set that on fire. So, yeah, we'll wrap that up. Thank you very much.